everybody, it's Dara, and I had to shut off the Wi-Fi because if the Wi-Fi is not connecting, it will interrupt live streaming, which is better via cellular service. I have been having a very hard time getting my beautiful footage together from the iCloud into iMovie to edit it. I'm working on that tonight and tomorrow. And for the first couple weeks here in Rome, it's been a deep dive underwater to my Neptune line, which is a great shock from the expansiveness of Jupiter that I have in California. Everybody's astrogeography is different. I have Neptune all over Europe, so when I got tossed and tumbled, hi you guys, on the Neptune line when I got here, combined with jet lag, it was like a shock to the system. I knew I was traveling to Neptune line. I knew I would have like a dreaminess and romanticism, and I thought it would be good for my intuition and spirituality, which it is, but I didn't realize that I wouldn't be able to post like I wanted to post, and I wouldn't be as motivated, and I would feel a little lost and scattered and dreamy. And it's your astrogeography is important, and also looking at your natal chart. So I do help others. I'm able to help others while I'm here and do sessions and guide via what's right for you isn't necessarily right for me. So what feels good to you will be different based on your natal chart, based on where you're at in life and what you need. So sometimes, hey Carol, I had coffee. You'll be happy to know. You were like, have coffee. I'm like, no. Of course, I had coffee. So I'm glad you're catching me live too. So it was a shock to the system because imagine Jupiter, I'm like expansive and there's opportunities and I'm always working and I'm doing something and I'm expanding, constantly working. And a lot of pulls on my attention in California. And then all of a sudden it was like a dive down, then a tumble. And if you've ever gone into the ocean, been hit by a wave, and you don't know which way is up and which way is down, that's how I felt for an entire week. So it's part jet lag, part Neptune. And there were moments where there was calm, the water was calm, but mostly it felt turbulent and just not good, like dark and just uh-oh. And then I decided to surrender. And I didn't see what Carol said. I decided to, coffee rocks, but we gotta be careful, mind the coffee. So I decided to surrender, and in doing so, it was like eat what I want and drink what I want and feel, just kind of lose myself in Rome. And I wasn't ready to leave. Wednesday, my Airbnb is coming up on the 29th, and I'm like, I'm not ready to leave yet. It's still, the first week doesn't count. Like the first week counted spiritually for me to feel bad and go deep into the depths and take a look at some things that I hadn't been looking at. And then it became about like the enjoyment of it and how can I be me on this Neptune line. And then if I can be me and use the creativity and use my intuition to channel it into the body of work I'm working on, which is life direction and joy, it's going to be interesting to see when I attempt to film this week how that works. If it feels creative and flowy, that's great. If it feels too hard to get through, not great. So I'll keep you guys posted. Yesterday I went to this great Portese market in Trastevere, and I had the first thing I saw was this man selling electronic gadgets, and there was this aluminum tripod. Mine was too heavy to bring, and I just got this aluminum tripod, so the camera's set up on a tripod right now, and it feels really good. It feels like I'm gonna be able to do this. I'm gonna be able to edit. I'm gonna be able to use the Wi-Fi hopefully in my next apartment, which is in the same area, Trastevere, but a little bit closer to action, a lot closer to action. It's almost like staying in Greenwich Village in New York City. There's gonna be a lot going on. But I like that. I like to be home and work and then pop out and see people and then be home. I don't wanna have to walk 20, 25 minutes to get somewhere. So what were we saying? Thanks for the thumbs up. Yeah, astrogeography is really cool. So if any of you wanna take the course, it explains it. Yeah, you gotta look it up. I know, it's like a sign. So I was on Instagram and someone sent me a message that a friend was leaving Rome, but they were sorry they weren't going to be able to get to the huge outdoor market. And I was like, oh yeah, my super host Fabio told me about that market. I'm going to go. And within 2 seconds, there was this really nice man named Robin, and we even took a photograph together. And I was like, oh, tripod, that feels good. So it's like a nod, a step in the direction of, you know, filming and creativity. Film and TV industry and the film industry are ruled by Neptune. So I should be able to film and make magic. And that's what I was hoping for. So for the first week, I think I just got wet. I got, Neptune's the god of the sea, and he just went, dunked me under deep. And it wasn't pretty. And now there's moments of like, you know, like it's heavy, kind of like gray, and sometimes Rome feels so welcoming and warm, and sometimes it feels so like, I don't know, like pushing, like a it's not contractive, it's more of like a mean. There's a little mean energy. But that's any city. Cities can be mean, and then they could be, that's what makes it so even much better when you find the beauty and the joy in something that is not easy and soft all the time. Rome isn't easy and soft all the time. It's old. There's old standards, old values. There's crusty old situations, and then there's new fresh. And so usually when I travel, there's a brightness to me that extends out and people see it. But sometimes it takes a while, like in certain cultures, in certain astrogeographical lines, for that to be seen. So I kind of looked at it like, instead of shining like the sun, like on a sun line, or being super open and expansive like Jupiter, I took it upon myself to kind of shimmer and sparkle like a mermaid. That's the energy of how to work with Neptune. You're a camera operator? Boy, could I use your help. I'm like, there's no filming me when I'm out and about. It's just a whole lot of B-roll. But I could bring my selfie stick, play with the gray. I'm gonna have fun here. It does take a while to adapt. Someone said, well, that's how you felt in Paris for the first week, and that's how you felt in India, and that's true. Like, it definitely takes a week to sort yourself out. But now that the week is done, I'm very aware that this is Neptune energy for me. It's not just jet lag. It's not getting acclimated. I've been here 10 days. It really is a different, not being seen energy. And I got a huge spiritual lesson when I got here. An old past life came up for review, and then the next day I met one of our family members, Sophie, and when she was going to meet me at the Barnum Cafe, I was like, I looked at her Instagram again, and I was like, okay, she's a hypnotherapist for past lives, like past life regression and healing the body by releasing old past lives. And I was like, that's kind of perfect, because I came to Rome and had some guidance that it was definitely a hard past life that was affecting me in this life. So it got sorted and sorted. It was a sorted past lifetime. It was not necessarily fun. The good news is I was an oracle then. I've always been a seer. And what's the most important to me is my word. Like, my word is gold. I was told that by a psychic. My word is gold. I can be trusted. Speaking the truth is the most important thing to me. So I get to use the gray as an asset in your video and picture. Like you said, work with it. Like, it's not always like, there's not a lot of smiliness, and like the men are like, It's not the Rome of the past from 30 years ago. And Rome is always like a stronger, like masculine city, but you know, in different parts of Italy, it's different. But I remember when I was here in my 20s, the men were like, bella, bellissima, like amore. Like, it was a more touchy-feely kind of thing. Like, you literally, my mom used to say you could get your butt pinched in Italy. Like, any American woman that comes to Italy, it's like but I think things have changed. And I spoke with a shopkeeper. They have this beautiful organic, it's bio, cosmetic store, and she said that Rome has changed. She said, you go down to Napoli in southern Italy, it's going to be more flirtatious and romantic, but it's not that way here anymore. There's a lot of tourists. There's a lot of, it feels urban and more metrosexual. She actually said there's more homosexuals here. So, because her brother, they were like, what's happening with men? Are you getting asked out? I'm like, well, it's not really like that. I also didn't come here to look for that. Gotta watch these Italians. Thank you, John. So, the biggest thing I remember is years ago, you had to dress beautifully to be treated beautifully. You also didn't, my mother and I were extremely aware, this is in the 1980s, that you didn't wear sneakers to Europe. Like that was a no-no and pegged you as an American faster than anything, and you wore beautiful shoes when you came here, and nobody wears shoes. Every single person is wearing sneakers, and it makes me laugh. It makes me think of my mom. Yeah, they do seem sadder. It seems tougher. Like it definitely seems tougher. There seems to be some hardness in the air. I feel that. It's not like loose, and there's a lot of English speaking here too. I mean, metrosexual. Yeah, the past life stuff, I was just so super pulled to Rome, like really just pulled. I couldn't think of going anywhere else, and it was just so strange to get here and not have it be as good as I thought. But slowly but surely, I wanted to ease in and give myself time to not be tossed and tumbled, to feel and seek. I think with Neptune energy, it's not a pop of Neptune energy. You need to give yourself time to float, to lie back, to trust, to know that your head's going to pop back up and you'll be in a direction, or to be able to dive deep enough to touch the bottom, to get to see the pretty fish, and the mystery and the magic doesn't just reveal itself to you all of a sudden. That's not what Neptune is. That's not the mysticism, mystery, magic. It gets revealed in a flash and then it goes away, and it's like inspiration. You catch it or it's gone. It's that kind of thing. So you have to give yourself time, I think, on a Neptune line. A lot of butt pinching on the metro. I don't want my butt pinched. I don't really necessarily even care to meet anyone, although there was a young man who works at a coffee shop around the corner, and he just would smile so big when I came in, and finally he worked up the nerve to say, "I love your smile." So when he finally heard how old I was last night, he was like, you could see he was gonna ask me out, and then he was like, "How old are you?" And I was like, "Old." And he almost fell off his chair, like when I told him how old I was. He thought like 30. When I told him 52, he was like, he like had to talk. He said in Italian, like, "Can I tell my friends?" And I was like, "Sure." And then like, and today, the morning, the juice guy, when he goes, "Are you alone?" I was like, "I'm not alone, you're here." And he laughed, and he goes, "But you're alone." And I was like, "Okay, but," and he was like, "You look," I go, "Well, I have a daughter, she's 19, and I'm not alone." And he said, "You look like a girl. How old are you?" And I said, 52, and he couldn't believe it. And then the man next to him, he goes, "It's because she's drinking these juices." And I got to get back to that. I miss my greens because it's not very green what's happening here. Green is the pesto sauce on the pasta today. Thank you, Roller Girl. Yeah, so he wants to go out, but it's like he's 27. That's the raw vegan glow, baby. Yeah, Sarah. I felt really rough for a couple of days, but I'm feeling much better. And yeah, being without the Jupiter energy, being without my green juices all day, my matchas, you know, having coffee, having some pasta. It's gonna, I think 3 weeks is enough, and then I gotta move on. I can do better with the food. It's just that when you're in a hurry, if you want to sit down and have a nice meal, you can get artichoke and you can get greens. There's a cute little place right near here where she makes steamed spinach with just lemon. Last night I went to a place, Ensalada Rica, and they're all about the salads. So it is totally possible. It really is up to you and your own willpower. But I say when in Rome. Yeah, the main thing, John B, is that I am okay. I am okay. Okay, like more than okay. I am really learning how to navigate the waters and see different things. It's like having different eyes on and a different radar and a different aura. And at first I was like, I gotta get out of here. Like I started Googling, like, what's it like in Lisbon? I was using my astrogeography map to see what would be better that was still appealing. And I didn't want to go to Iceland. Iceland's amazing for me, but I didn't want to go to Iceland alone. I didn't feel like going to Lisbon yet. I am not getting away from Neptune really in all of Europe. So it really is just a matter of being west of the line, which I am now, or east of the line. And west of the line puts Neptune in my first house. So me personally am greatly affected, and I'm projecting all kinds of Neptune energy, lost, not follow through, not getting things done, dreamy, amazing dreams every night. And then when I go east of the line, it might feel a little bit better. It's a little brave, I think, not because I'm worried about my safety, just because I'm alone, like Saturday night going out to dinner alone, or, you know, traveling alone has moments where you're like, I figured out that Saturday nights, Saturdays, Sundays are, if you are at all feeling like bad about being alone, those aren't the days to go out, because everybody's out with their families and their loves, and I'm used to it. So, but I remember the first night I got here on a Friday. Friday was the first day I woke up, and Saturday I was out and about and really just felt lonely and isolated, exacerbated by the fact that Saturdays are like everybody's out with their loved ones and friends. So those are just tricks of traveling alone, that maybe you want to make your own dinner on a Saturday night, or you don't care, or you meet somebody. But yeah, John B, thank you. We are always here for you, Dara. You are never alone. I feel that's so true. I really do. And so that's what I said to the juice man. I'm like, you're standing here. I'm not alone. So there's plenty to do, and I love spending time by myself, and I'm never ever bored. There's always reading or editing or studying astrology, or there's so much to do. Drawing, watching Netflix. I watched the program that Renee Zellweger is in. I forgot what the name of it. It's really good. It's on Netflix. Denise, Dara, thanks for sharing. Oops. Thanks for sharing with us. You keep teaching. It's not always going to be 100% what we always want, but you get there. I'm so glad you're looking good. You have us. I do have you guys. You guys are like my family. It's so true. So I just wanted to check in and tell you all is well. I'm super excited to switch Airbnbs. I love this Airbnb. It's so nice. It's been very good to me, aside from the Wi-Fi is non-existent. He came to fix it. 2 men came and put in a new router, and then it didn't work at all. He thinks I'm crazy, I think. Oh, you're my rock, John B. You're like my bouncer, rock. Bless you too, Sophie. Traveling alone is so amazing, but you can potentially feel a little alone at times. It's true. Never tried, not sure what it is like, but meetup.com may help. It's a really good idea to connect in with community. I haven't done that yet. There's like, I forgot, Heath sent me a creative group and I didn't go to it. There's things to do. There's always ways. Thank you, Roller Girl. I'll see you guys really soon, and very soon there's going to be beautiful footage that I'm putting together over the last number of days in Italy. The streets, the rain, the river, the food. I got my hair done. All kinds of like little beautiful things to watch. That's a great idea, Sophie. Meetup.com. I love that. It's a great idea. Big hugs, Carol and everybody, and John and Sophie and Carol, and I will see you soon, very soon. Yeah, that's really, John B. You could be in a room with people and still feel lonely. Actually, I could feel more lonely in a group of people than by myself. I'm fine by myself. All right, Denise, more is coming up. I'm editing right now. I'm going to hang up and go edit it all together. It's going to be lovely. See you soon. And join me on Instagram, Dara Dubonnet. Footage is coming. Bye. I'm glad I checked in.